Did you know you can put a lobster to sleep? It's a pretty cool little trick, and I'm not really sure how somebody figured this out or what the purpose is. I guess it could have a purpose. If you want to cook and eat a lobster, but you feel bad for it and you don't want to kill it, it's pretty simple. You could just put it to sleep before you cook it. I'm going to show you how to do it. It's pretty simple, but before we do this, we have got crabs. I repeat, we've got crabs.
Little ones and big ones.
Wow, ain't that thing big? Good morning and welcome back to the foggy coast of Maine. Today we are going through our traps. We got 400 traps to haul. Maybe show you guys something new you haven't seen before. It is a miserably foggy day, choppy day. We had a long ride out. It blew 20 southerly all night, which creates a lot of chop. And we got to run southerly to get to where we're going. So we're running straight into the chop for like an hour and a half this morning to get here. Dungeon thick of fog. Jeremy's looking a little pale behind the camera, but he's rallying. He's a trooper. I can't make fun of him because I might go pale any minute now. This is a morning. If you ever get seasick, this is a good morning to do it. Can't see anything and it's rough out. Days like today, as I've hinted at in the past, slow the day down a lot. It's really, really hard to find the buoys on days like today. Not only do we have the fog, but we also got a deep sea. So a lot of the times the buoys are laying down in the bottom of the sea and we can't even see them when we're also on the bottom of the sea. We can only see them when we're at the top and the buoys are at the top, when we're within fog's visibility of the buoys. So we got a lot of things working against us today. It's gonna be a slow day, but we're gonna get to work. Hopefully we'll catch something cool. The trend continues. Eggers, punchtails, and shorts. Lots of them. That's all we can seem to catch this year. Not good for the income, but good for the future. So we do have plenty of electronics to tell us where we are in the ocean. So we're not technically lost, but oftentimes we get disoriented trying to find the buoys. If you look down in that trap for 20 seconds and you look back up, you think you got your bearing, but then you look at the compass and you look at the electronics and you're like, wow, I'm turned around. We get lost several times throughout today, but we have plenty of electronics and radar to see other boats to keep track of where we are on the ocean and get us in the right vicinity. So in the lobster fishery with our specific gear configuration, the fog is extra tricky. A lot of fisheries and a lot of things that take place on the ocean, the fog doesn't bother. Like a fish dragger or a trap trawler, where they have a lot of traps on a trawl, it doesn't really affect them too bad because they're doing a lot of long, straight motions. We're circling on 5 traps to a buoy, so we're constantly going in circles all day long, going up to each buoy, circling, and while we're making these circles is what gets us disoriented. Again, there's a lot of times throughout the day where I'll think that that's north and it's actually south, and it'll take me a minute to get my bearings and get back going, but slow going so far. And we've got 10 traps hauled, we've got 390 to go. Here I am complaining about how hard this is. I can't imagine back in my grandfather's and great-grandfather's generation, they used to haul using landmarks. We don't have many landmarks today. They'd line up 2 points of land to figure out where they were on the ocean. They didn't have the luxury of GPS, so I can't even imagine trying to do it without that. There's the next one right there. This is a kind of cool little fella. He looks like he's been cooked already. Can't really tell probably in the camera unless you compare him to a normal lobster, but he's all orange. He looks like he's already been cooked. Sometimes they get quite a lot more extreme than this. This is not super orange. I've seen some of some friends caught that literally looked like they'd been cooked, but that was pretty cool. We got a little horny fish, horn dog. I don't actually know what their name is. If somebody knows what their real name is, love to hear it. Maybe some kind of sculpin. I can't pronounce it. A horny sculpin? Can't remember. So we're now 130 traps into the day and we're running quite behind on time. It's already 9:15. Usually by 10 o'clock we try to have at least 300 traps hauled, and we're only going to be about 170, 180. So it's going to be a longer than normal day. Here's something that you may find interesting. This is how you tell the difference between a male and a female. There's a few different ways to tell, but the most obvious way is by their upper swimmerettes. These are called swimmerettes. These are what the lobsters use to swim. And if you look at the upper ones, these are real hair textured and flimsy. You can see how thin they are. So that one's a female. If you look at this one above the upper swimmerettes, you can see these ones are a lot bigger. These ones are real stiff and hard.
Stiff and hard, huh?
The lobster. So as you can see, the one on the left has the much larger upper swimmerettes, and that means that that one is a male. The one on the right is a female. That's the most obvious way to tell. The more subtle way to tell is the shape of the tail. If you look closely at the tail, the male's tapers in on the sides. It's a skinny tail. If you look at the female's, her tail is real wide and thick. Her tail isn't real wide. We'll show you on another one. But the females, a lot of the females, their tails will flare out on the sides, and that's because they hold their eggs underneath, whereas the males don't need to. There you go. There we go, Cody. You can see the sides of her tail. They go out to the sides. rather than the male, his tail curls in and stays skinny. All right, we're creeping up on halfway through the day, slowly but surely. Jeremy's still, he's touch and go. He's still looking a little queasy, but I gotta say, Jeremy, your boots are looking a lot better than you are.
You know what? These boots are holding up good. My feet are still warm and dry.
So you've now had the boots a couple weeks. What do you think of them?
You know what? I really think they've lived up to the expectation.
You like them?
I mean, they're still incredibly comfortable. They're absolutely waterproof. My feet have not got wet once. I've never regretted putting these things on.
You actually used to wear them too, back in...
I did have an older pair that I liked, and unfortunately I beat them up to the point they died, but they lasted a couple years, so I'm really excited to have another pair.
I've actually got a pair myself as well. I've been rocking them for the past few weeks, and I am super impressed with them. Brunt is actually the sponsor of today's video. Brunt is a boot manufacturer. They make some awesome boots at a very reasonable price. They're very high quality and durable, double and triple stitched. A couple of the coolest parts about Brunts is that they're 30-day risk-free, so you guys can head on over to the website and place an order. You guys can get your boots today. You can actually use this code when you place your order to get $10 off of your order. But better than that, if you don't like them after 30 days, you can just send them back and get your money back, which I don't hear of many brands doing that. I think it speaks pretty loudly to their pride in the quality of boot that they produce. They even cover your shipping costs both ways. So that's how confident they are that you're really going to enjoy your boots when you get them. So head on over and place an order today. Again, use this code. Another cool thing is that a lot of boots, you need to break them in, but these ones are already comfortable as soon as they come. They don't have that break-in period that a lot of boots have. It's super durable, awesome boots, comfortable. We've been putting them through the test for the past couple weeks, and we've been super impressed with them. So head on over, get yourself a pair today. We get back to work. We're about halfway through the day. The fog still is not cleared, but it's starting to show signs. At least the southerly wind has let go a little bit. The southerly wind is ultimately what holds the fog in. When the wind lets go and the sun comes out, sometimes the fog will retreat and lift. We got our fingers crossed that's the case today. We got a little starfish, patron. We catch quite a few different species of starfish, none usually this small. Usually these ones will fall out of the traps before they make it to the surface. We have a cool one, an offshore starfish. Have you seen them, Cody?
I don't know.
They're like round, like they don't have legs, like their meat comes all the way out to here.
Oh,
You know, they're like a hockey puck.
Yeah, I don't think I have.
They're cool looking. Pretty cool one. That didn't taste very good, no.
Oh, that's too bad. You never know, it could have been something new.
Here's one we're after, a nice male, big buck. This is a select lobster. Once they are over 4 inches on their back, we actually get paid a higher price for them. So this is $1 more per pound than our normal price. Nice looking male. Well, we're getting crabbed out here. Usually we don't stay at this spot quite as long as we have. This year we've stayed a little bit longer simply because there's very few lobsters to be caught anywhere. We haven't really found anything. This has been a very strange year for us. So we stayed here a little longer just out of curiosity and because we had nowhere else to go, and now we're paying for it a little bit. The crabs have showed up and they're probably gonna drive us out of here. So these are Jonah crabs. We don't have much of a market for them. Usually we try to avoid them. We get much better money for our lobsters. Usually crabs and lobsters don't run on the same bottom. If we wanted to try to target these guys, we could catch tons of them. I've had the idea for a while now to try to make our own market for them and sell them to you guys. Just something we might do at some point down the road because they're delicious. They're one of my favorite seafoods. This is a cheddar crab. This is a softer one, so not a lot of meat in it, but they are, aren't they? I'm not gonna say they're better than lobsters, but they're pretty good. While we're fishing for lobsters, we gotta tell you that lobsters are better. If we switch over and start fishing for crabs, then we'll talk about it then. So a quick update on the traps that we lost a few videos back. If you were watching that, we lost actually 9 traps, which is equivalent to almost $2,000, not counting the tags that we lost that were in the traps. We only get 800 tags a year. Losing the tags hurts worse than losing the traps. We haven't brought the grapples back out yet to try again to get them, but we have continuously been setting our traps back on top of where we lost the traps. And we were actually able to get 4 of them back, so that's good news. For some reason, we still haven't been able to get the other 5 back. One of these days, we're gonna have to try to bring the grapples again and bring some extra grapples and try again to get those. Got a little female covered in barnacles. There seems to be quite an obsession over watching barnacles get removed from sea creatures. Here we go, we're gonna clean her up. They don't cause whoa, she almost just got, they don't cause too much harm to lobsters other than when they grow in these joints like this. You can see this one's growing right in the joint of that knuckle. And it's actually preventing it from bending. We'll get it out of there. There's a big piece on my lens. Man, she's ugly and she's flexible. She's got one more hiding in here. Gotta get them all. Someone on the internet will notice that one and be like, hey now. All right, there she goes. All right, we're taking a quick lunch break and I'm gonna show you how to put this lobster to sleep. It's pretty simple. All you do is stand it up on its nose, you fold its claws in underneath, you fold its tail down, now you just rub its head and you hum to it. The longer you wait, the more effective it is, but a rough rule of thumb is about 1 minute to 2 minutes. Some lobsters that are more lively might take longer. You can sing it a lullaby, hum to it, whatever you'd like to do. Hum, hum, hum. Hush little baby, don't you cry, everything's gonna be alright. I'ma buy a diamond ring for you, I'ma sing for you, I'll do anything for you to see you smile. And if that mockingbird don't sing and that ring don't shine, I'll break that birdie's neck. Go back to the jeweler who sold it to you and make him eat every carat. Don't mess with that. Alright, it's been about 2 minutes. Still got a little bit of movement, but he's pretty much there, I think. This lobster was pretty lively. He just came right straight out of the ocean. If you try to do this at home, it'll probably be a little easier for you. There he is, sound asleep. All right, enough playing. I'm gonna finish my lunch. We gotta get back to work. Pretty cool right here in this spot. The fog's just starting to clear. The sun's burning it off. And right here, there's a bunch of bait. And there's every sea creature on the planet playing around with it, feeding on it, eating it. The little fish are attracting bigger fish. The big fish are attracting bigger fish. There's whales, dolphins, tuna fish. Wow, ain't that thing big?
Wow.
That's cool. That's the biggest one I've seen. One of the coolest parts of the job right there. The camera probably doesn't do it too much justice. I wish we could show you what it actually looks like, but it's pretty neat. We have made it to the end of the day. It's the final 5 traps of the day. It's finally cleared off beautiful. Usually happens at the very end of the day. We'll see what the last 5 have in store. The final 5 traps, we are finishing the day crabbed up. Bunch of little crabs. We have got crabs. I repeat, we've got crabs.
Little ones and big ones.
All right, there goes the last trap of the day. One last thing left to do. All right, welcome to the Rock Game Finals. Score could change drastically here. I do have a lead, but not much of a lead.
Jacob and Tristan are going to be looking pretty good on that tube.
I am in the lead, 2 to 1 to 1. The loser of the Rock Cornhole 2024 is riding home on a tube next week from offshore. Who's going first?
Here it comes.
Oh, good start, Cody.
Okay.
It's a roof.
That's a new
That's
one.
a new one. Oh my God! Tristan, out of all of us, is the one that's dreading the tube the most. He was really afraid of the big open ocean. So
I honestly think that went in and the water shot it back.
oh
out.
yeah. He's got a good job for being afraid of the open ocean. Oh. Oh, this has got the same technique on both of them. Oh, I thought that was going. We're getting a good group down there. Somebody's gonna get one. That bounce. Somebody's got to update the score here.
Still,
I just threw that one at Jeremy.
We have had no scores for a while now. Oh, this rug has changed it up too on us.
Nope. Oh, I got one last chance.
Oh, we must be off on the holes then. I mean, bad throw. Oh, I almost made it though.
he started.
Oh, that's right.
That's his last one. I'll help you out. Come on, baby.
Get it, Tristan. This is your last chance. Woo!
Looks like I'm snuggling you on the tube rod.
Well, I guess I officially won anyway.
Yeah, you did.
You don't really
But
need
I'll
that.
throw it anyway. I'm going to go for the swish.
You make it this time.
Oh, well, that's a wrap for the Rock Game. So how do you feel about the tube ride home next week?
I'm not very excited, but
An hour tube ride, both of you guys cuddled up. I'm going to get the smallest tube I can find.
I'm pretty
Little hot dog.
Just make sure it's not yellow, because sharks will hit yellow every time.
Yellow.
why don't you just
I'll
get
get a yellow one.
blow up dolphin tube?
I'm going to get a seal. I'm going to get a little
You
seal,
would.
and you guys both can ride the seal.
You would.
We'll see you next week with a tube ride home from offshore.